Hey, everyone. And just to clear, are we still waiting for the shakedown drill? Is that still happening? Oh, we missed it. Okay, because in the back of my mind, I'm ready. And I was worried about anyone under this projector, but we're good. All right, glad we got that cleared up. So now I want you all to imagine a marketplace that believes in creating meaningful connections among strangers and in building a world where everyone feels that they can belong. My name is Anna Cuellar. I'm a learning designer and facilitator at Airbnb, and you may know our product to do just that. Airbnb's mission is to create a world where anyone can belong anywhere, and we really believe that that happens through transformative travel experiences that bring people together. But that's not quite the marketplace I'm here to talk to you about today. On the central learning team at Airbnb, we are more interested in leadership development for our internal employees, all employees at Airbnb. And we want to actually build belonging for our team members so that they are best positioned to build belonging on our product. And one of the ways that we do this is through our internal mentorship program. It is a peer-to-peer offering that, much like Airbnb, provides a marketplace where people can find each other and similarly build meaningful connections and feel that they can belong at Airbnb. So you go on actually Plus Plus, which is a product that we use for our mentorship program, and you can see people who are willing to offer up their time for mentorship sessions. Unfortunately, you can't see like their house and stuff, but we are working on like seeing who has a washer and dryer and like a hot tub because we think, that's really helpful. So I thought about what it would be helpful for you to know about this program, and here's what I'm going to share with you today. The first thing is, what have we done differently with this program that might set it aside from other mentorship programs you have seen or participated in or built yourselves? What are we still figuring out as we continue to grow this program? And then what does our participation look like to date? Awesome. And then if we have time, we'll do questions as well. So keep those in mind as we go. Okay, so first off, what have we done differently? Two things stand out here that were really important to us in designing this program. The first is that we piloted the program with women and underrepresented minorities. And so we did this not because we believe that these groups deserve preferential treatment or because we believe that these groups need additional development that other majority group members do not need, but rather in recognition that these groups are more likely to experience bias and stereotypes and discrimination that puts them at a disadvantage generally, but especially in the workplace as well. And so we piloted with these groups in an effort to increase their access to networks and various people at Airbnb, to increase their sense of belonging and ultimately to also improve their performance, knowing that feeling like you belong can increase your performance. And so this was about equity, but it also was about better business outcomes for Airbnb. The second thing that we've done differently is that we've invested heavily in mentor development. So here's what this has looked like for us. At a very minimum, we require all mentors to participate in a 4-hour class that we offer internally called Coaching for Growth. And the reason that we did this is because for us, it was more important that mentors practice skills around inquiry and listening as opposed to directing people. And we wanted especially them to be able to identify which one was more important for what instance. So this class that we offer teaches people really coaching skills to be able to identify, in this moment, I probably shouldn't be telling this person what to do. They should probably in that discovery and then get them to commit to take action that will help them in this situation. In addition to that foundational class, we also offer Coaching for Growth 2, which is another 4-hour class that builds on the first one and offers just additional practice to help to continue to develop the coaching skills of these mentors. And then from there, mentors can also participate in mentor meetups, which are about 8 one-hour-long sessions with facilitated by a coach, where a cohort comes together to just practice coaching, and we do kind of live examples that people are actually grappling with. We use Zoom, so we do breakouts so that people get to share their challenges and also get to practice what it is to actually coach. And then for those mentors who are heavily involved in our program and want additional mentorship, additional coaching training, we actually offer them an external coach through an external scaled coaching option. The idea with this is that this gives an opportunity for people to experience what great coaching actually feels like in an effort to up-level their own coaching skills. And the hope of this is obviously that our mentors on our program are delivering higher quality mentorship and coaching experiences for anyone who participates, right? We also had kind of a concurrent hope that then these skills would be taken back to other contexts outside of the mentorship relationships. So that, say you're a manager and you are a mentor in this program, you're taking what you're practicing with your mentees and you're applying it back on your team so that you're coaching your own team members for growth, and you're continuing to work on your listening and your inquiry skills, and continuing to work on getting to, people to commit to action. And we actually did hear from a lot of managers in our program that this happened for them, that they felt that what they were practicing in their mentorship relationships actually translated to better growth outcomes for their team members. So those were the two things that so far in the design of our program, I thought have really differentiated what we've done and have helped us achieve kind of the design principles that we were seeking to achieve with regards to amplifying the growth of our employees. So what are we still figuring out? In the spirit of thought partnership and vulnerability, here are some of the three main challenges that came to mind for me when I was thinking about what haven't we quite nailed down and where might we see some additional improvement for the program to come. So the first is the question, and I know we've got someone talking on measurement later. I see you later today. So how do we measure the success of our program? This is something that we've grappled with, obviously, since before we even started offering the program. Ideally, what we are driving for here is behavior change, that our employees are able to do things differently, and then that behavior change ultimately leads to better performance for Airbnb, right? Those business results. That for anyone here who's figured that out, please find me. But it's been really hard to be able to do this with any of our learning initiatives. Specifically with mentorship, it's hard to say this specific thing from mentorship led to this behavior change, which led to this business outcome, right? Even something like utilization rate is an interesting metric for us to look at to see, compared to the number of sessions that we have open, how many are booked. But something like that can be distracting because I may have booked one session and it may have been a really good session, so I'm off working on everything that I learned in that session, not booking another session, but really having gotten a lot out of the program. So we're still thinking about the success of our program, how we think about it, how we use ++ to continue to measure that, and then how do we share it back with the organization to continue to drive participation in our program. The second question is, how do we increase participation? So I'll share some numbers with you in a bit that shows the sort of our adoption of our offering. Of course, we'd love to see more participation here, and we're thinking about what it looks like to do that. The program right now is kind of in a sustain mode given limited resources on the team, and so in the new year, I hope to think more about how we drive additional adoption. But this is something that we have so many mentors who are eager to share their expertise, and mentees who, when they participate, have been able to reap the benefits, but are a bit slow on the uptick. And then finally, how do we better highlight our mentors' areas of interest or expertise? So right now, mentees can filter for location, for instance, and they can filter for department and whether someone is a manager. And so we're thinking about how do we highlight, say, someone's technical skills, or that they are part of an employee resource group around being a Black employee that they are willing to mentor on or speak further on in their mentorship sessions. How do we make sure that those areas of expertise or areas of interest are coming up for people as they seek to book mentorship sessions? So for any of you who've been thinking about these questions, have thought about them in the past, have figured them out, would love to talk to you about those. And so just a quote from one of our participants: I received an internal promotion offer today, which I attribute in part to the career advice and interview confidence I gained through the time spent with my cross-functional mentor. There is so much to be gained from this program, and I can't wait to take my learning into the new year. Thank you for championing this. I am in love with this program. Excited to see what comes next. All right, so that's what I have to share. We've got some time for questions, so I'm curious to hear what's coming up for you all.